Ubisoft has just made some very huge announcement regarding them shifting all of their upcoming 2022 games to the next generation platforms only, whereas they have now said that they're working hard towards making the next generation experience for the next gen games as smoothly transitioned as possible. Now, the first game that they're going to start off for the next gen exclusive is going to be Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Now, according to Ubisoft, they've also explained on why they have chosen this game to be exclusive for the next generation consoles and PC versions only, and not for the PS4 and the current Xbox One X. Now, one of the game designers at Ubisoft Massive has shared some of the details on why this game is going to be exclusive to the next-gen consoles and what kind of new changes are all of the upcoming Ubisoft games going to be representing with some of the next-gen titles. Now, this is exactly what Ubisoft said. The new consoles allow them to have a much better object details up in close, which means that we're going to be playing this game in first-person perspective. So every single object that you see around you in the open world is going to be much more detailed compared to any other Ubisoft games that we've seen before. And recently they've also confirmed that the trailer that they just released, the first look trailer, is also part of the in-game gameplay footage. It is not some kind of a CGI footage that we saw in first person, and this is how the fidelity and graphics of the game is going to look like, and the amount of details that they put into each and every object is only going to be possible with the next generation consoles. Now, one of the most important key feature for Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora going next gen exclusive, according to Ubisoft, is that the flying mechanism that they have now introduced to this game. Now, as we already know, James Cameron's Avatar created this huge massive planet known as Pandora, which basically consists of different types of animals and creatures, and some of the flying dragons as well, which is called as the Banshees or Ikran. And when you're playing the story as a Navi, meaning the blue guys, then you will basically be able to fly all of these different species, different animals. And for example, one of the gameplay shots, we actually got to see some aerial combats where you can see the blue Navi guys flying the Banshees. And according to Ubisoft here, when you're flying around on your aerial beast companions known as the Banshees, then you're basically going to be flying really high up. And with the help of the new Snowdrop's upgraded engine, the game will now allow you to render far distance, which is not really possible with the current gen consoles, which basically contains terrain above as well as below. Because especially in this game, you will now be able to see some of the floating rocks all the way up in the sky, as well as there's going to be a huge massive open world all the way below you. So there is a lot of things that the game is going to be rendering, and especially when you're flying these Banshees at night times. During the night times, there is a lot of neon colors, the water is glowing, the plants are glowing. The world of Pandora just looks absolutely insane, and especially with the new next generation technology, Ubisoft promises that you will now be able to render some very far distances. Now, Massive Studios have also said that they have now introduced some kind of a new shadowing system in the game, which basically uses the ray tracing technology, meaning that if you're playing the game on a normal GPU, if you don't have a ray tracing GPU, then you're basically not going to be able to experience that next generation ray traced shadows in the game. And this is exactly what Ubisoft said. I'm going to read out their statement, where we have now used the ray tracing to do shadowing super far away, and you can actually see these shadows all the way from 3 to 4 kilometers away in the open world, which is insane. Now, this basically means that with the help of the new ray tracing GPUs as well as the next generation consoles supporting the RTX technology, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is going to take full advantage, and they have now introduced a ray tracing shadowing system where the entire world is going to have a lot of shadows, and this is going to make your immersive experience much better, especially when you're flying all the way about in the sky in the Banshees or whatever creatures that exist in this game. And in order to achieve all of these things, Ubisoft says that they are now forced to move into the next generation hardwares only, and that is also the reason why Ubisoft is now upgrading some of their game engines, and the future games made in these game engines are going to be exclusive to the next-gen consoles only. Now, Ubisoft has also said that the AI system in this game are going to be adapting depending on what happens around the open world. Now, we don't really have enough details on how that thing works, but so far it seems like they've been talking a lot and hyping this new feature about the AI system that they've worked with Avatar game. So that is something I'm really interested in, and I would love to see what they're working on in the future as well. So if at all there is any more information related to Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora or any of the upcoming open world games, then I will keep you guys updated right here on this channel first. So if you guys aren't subscribed already, then make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to know all the latest information on all the upcoming open world games. And the most important step of all, even if you guys have subscribed, is to make sure that you guys are turning the notification settings to all, because if you don't do that, then the broke-ass YouTube platform, they don't send you guys the notifications of my daily videos, even if you're subscribed. So that is the one reason why I always ask you guys to turn your notifications, set it to all. So make sure you guys do it. With that being said, if you guys did go on and enjoy this video or found this video useful, then please take a few seconds of your time and help support these content and the channel itself by simply just dropping a like, because your like is absolutely appreciated. I would love to see all of you guys supporting these content. So please make sure to do that. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.